Welcome, fellow doggers, friends, and fans, to another edition of Off the Hook here on BigDawg Music Radio, produced and directed by Lisa Day. Each week we like to get together and spin some fabulous tunes by the very talented artists at BigDawgMusicMafia.com and get to know one of our fantastic culture warriors who will be joining us in about 15 minutes. If you'd like to be a part of tonight's show, you can call us at 347-838-8898, or you can hit the little Skype button at the top of our player at our blog talk radio station, BigDawg Music Radio. So we hope that you're at home, relaxed, with your boots kicked off, sitting in your favorite chair, with your favorite person, and your favorite beverage, and we hope that you'll enjoy the show. I'm your host, Lisa May. Welcome.
The greatest evil is...
It would help if I hit the stop button. We were launching right into the next song. Welcome, as I was saying, to our first official broadcast of Off the Hook for 2014. I want to apologize to everybody for not being here for the last few weeks. We've had a lot of things that we needed to take care of. Personal business needed to take care of over the past few weeks. Everything's all worked out now, and we are ready to get back into business here at BigDawg Music Radio, and we're real glad that you are here with us. We are broadcasting at BigDawgMusicRadio.com, and we also are broadcasting at iBroadcast.tv at our BigDawg TV channel. Just go to iBroadcast.tv/BigDawg Music, or better yet, go to BigDawgMusicRadio.com and go to the BigDawg TV tab. And if you are a member of BigDawg Music Mafia, we'd love to have you in the chat room with us. Go to the drop-down menu at the BigDawg TV tab and click on the BigDawg TV chat room. And tonight we are having a mulligan of sorts. We had a show with Mr. Bing Fischer, who is co-founder of Traditional American Movement, as well as radio host for American by Design on Conservative Nation Media, Conservative Nation Radio. And he's also a fantastic drummer and the webmaster for the Defend the Constitution rally coming up in Waynesboro, Tennessee in April 25th through the 27th. And we'll be talking a bit about that when Mr. Bing joins us in about 15 minutes. So, as we always like to do on our show Off the Hook, because we are about showcasing the fabulous talent at BigDawgMusicMafia.com. And the last official guest that we had in 2013 was Mr. Michael Antonio, whose song prematurely started at the beginning of this segment. And we're going to go ahead and play his song, Time for You to Go.
The greatest evil is conceived and ordered, moved, seconded, carried in clear, carpeted, warmed, and well-lighted offices by quiet men with white collars, cut fingernails, and smooth-shaven cheeks.
It's never been clearer. My face never longer. This thing we got only gonna get stronger. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's time for a change. Time to get out of range. Get your ride from this town. I don't want you around. 'Cause I am so over you. You find something new. There's no other way to let you know. It's time for you to go. Time for you to go. Oh yeah, yeah, time for you to go. You're cheating and stealing.
As president, I'm going to change that.
And close backdoor dealing.
I'll make our government open and transparent.
That's over now and there's no more repeating. Oh no, no, no. find something new. There's no other way to let you know it's time for you to go. Whoa, yeah, yeah, time for you to go. Wasting all our money till it's through, and we ain't giving any more to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem. Government is the problem.
Time for you to go.
I don't know what's going on.
Time for you to go.
I don't really know what to do.
It's time for you to go. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Time for you to go. Time for you to go.
Okay, that was Michael Antonio with Time for You to Go. And I understand that some of our friends in the chat room can't hear me. So if I could get a thumbs up from some of you in the chat room, let me know if you can hear me now. I am registering on the meter, so hopefully, okay, it is working. Excellent. All right, so as I was saying, if I was not able to be heard prior to the song, Mr. Bing Fischer will be joining us in a few minutes to talk all about his many efforts in the conservative movement, not only as co-founder of Traditional American Movement and radio host for American by Design on Conservative Nation Radio, but also the work that he's doing for the upcoming rally, the Defend the Constitution rally, as well as work that he's doing on some local campaigns in the Tennessee area. So Mr. Bing is a very busy man. I don't know if he is able to squeeze in some time for some of his music. He is a drummer, and we did do a live show with him, I want to say a year ago or so, where he did some drumming on his drum machine, which was very cool, and we hope to get those live shows started back up again real soon. Now that we've got this whole BigDawg TV thing sort of working, we are always trying to tweak things as we go. We are working towards a couple big events coming up this year. In 2014, we have CPAC, the big Conservative Political Action Conference, coming up in March, the first week in March. BigDawg Music Radio will be broadcasting live from Radio Row again for the second year in a row, and the only music radio station that plays music by conservatives and libertarians. So we're excited about that, as well as getting to see all the fantastic people, fellow Big Doggers at the rally in Tennessee at the end of April. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Just a quick roundup, as we like to do. Tomorrow morning, we will be resuming our show, Salt and Light from the Right, our half hour of uplifting music and messages from the Holy Book to help lift our spirits and help recharge us for all of the challenges in the coming week. And then at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, we will be joined by Trade Martin, and fingers crossed, hopefully Mr. Jimmy J. Poor Jimmy. He's been very sick. He had the shingles for a while, and he told everybody about that on his show. And then he thought he had pneumonia, and now it looks like he's having some problems with his heart. So do keep Mr. Jimmy J in your prayers. He had to forego the annual concerts at sea that he always looks forward to. He DJs this event with all the music legends from yesteryear. Chuck Berry, Paul Revere and the Raiders, and so many more. And I know Jimmy J and JoJo are very, very disappointed that they couldn't make it. But do tune in tomorrow. Trade says that Jimmy is feeling better, and hopefully he'll be up to joining us in the show. Few birthday shout-outs. Today we had someone at Big Dogs called 1776 Freedom Liberty celebrating a birthday, as well as David Darnell, Mark Beast, Phil Cooper, and then tomorrow, David F. Rupert. So happy birthday to our fellow Big Doggers. And quick shout out to our fellow conservative radio stations, FTR Radio, Traditional American Movement, Ghost Fighter Radio, Free Zone Media Center, Right Stream Radio Network. We built that network, and our artistic friends at Liberachic.com. So now, normally we like to talk about the cool story of the week, but the cool story for us is the fact that we are going to get to see some of our very talented friends, Brian Futch, Nathan Picard, Chip Murray, Chloe's Open Sockets, Michael Marino, and Tony Rook, as well as Bobby Powers and Party Time, which is comprised of Bobby Powers and Robin Gordon, and they will be joined by their fellow bandmates, Michael Marino and Tony Rook. So, and of course, I'll get up and sing a few songs that Big Dawg and I wrote over the years, and really, really looking forward to that. The first night of the event, Friday night, the owner of the venue is going to hopefully have a bonfire of sorts and wants 3 hours of music. So it's going to be fun. We're going to be jamming for 3 hours with fellow Big Doggers, and I can't think of a more exciting time to look forward to. So if you can make it to Waynesboro, Tennessee, April 25th through the 27th, we really do hope that you will be there. And we also hope that you'll tell everybody about this event. And if you know of anybody that might be interested in sponsoring the event, you know, these events do cost money, and there are various levels of sponsorship. So check out the website at defendtheconstitutionrally.com. And I'm looking for, I see, so it looks like Mr. Bing tried to call in, and he's in the chat room. He says that he is going to try to call back. Yes, Mr. Boyd, we will definitely take lots of video. Okay, I see a number, but I'm not sure if that is Mr. Bing. I'm just going to go ahead and unmute. Is that you, Mr. Bing?
Is that you, Miss Lisa?
It is indeed. Well, you know, I didn't give you a proper introduction, and first of all, third time's the charm, as you said, when I wanted to see if you were available tonight. I do apologize for the first show totally being a technical disaster that didn't even save. I made sure that we are going to save tonight's show, and then, of course, when we rescheduled, something came up, and I was unable to make it in time to do the show, so I do apologize, but third time, and this.
Oh, you ain't got. That's the way radio is, you know. That's the way things happen. So,
exactly.
Hey, I got plenty of practice doing this show, okay? So I hope I don't bomb out. If it bombs out, it's going to be my fault this time, all right?
Oh, no bombing out, none at all. And by the way, do you like our new studio? We are in a bar of all places, and you know.
I'm going to say that's like a bar room back there or something. It's cool.
You know, we got guitars, and we got mics and drums. It's kind of like, it reminds me of what we saw in your basement, I believe. When you did.
Well, it's my back room. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you got like urinals by the bar where you don't even have to get up?
No, but we have the door that just goes right outside into the backyard. You know, that always works. So, as I was telling everybody, you know, you are not only are you the co-founder to Traditional American Movement and a radio host for your own show, American by Design, you're a drummer, you are a campaigner for local and state politicians. So much that you do is just like, where do we start? You know, I look at your bio, though, and what's fascinating, and we did talk about this during the first show, but because it didn't save, we're going to ask you to talk about it again. You are a plastic injection mold designer. Tell us what that is.
Well, you know, I mean, everything that you got, pretty much, there's something plastic on it or whatever, you know. So what I do is your glasses, I mean, things in your car, I mean, things that you use in your dishwasher, your clothes dryer, everything, you know, your hair dryer, that makes you look so pretty and so on. Everything is is made by a mold nowadays. So what I do is I design the mold based off a part that produces a plastic piece that you use, whatever, you know, whether it be in your car, whether it be on the space shuttle, whether it be on the golf course, you know, plastic golf tees. I mean, you name it. I mean, so it's interesting. I mean, it keeps me off the streets.
Well, there you go, and it keeps the food on the table and the beer in the bar and new musical equipment when you need it. Now, speaking of musical equipment, you started drumming when, in 6th grade?
Yeah, it was like 6th grade. And that's a pretty cool story. I like telling that story because it just means a lot to me, you know. Actually, I think it was before that. But anyways, we got called down to the gymnasium, in that grade, and we were told to bounce a ball around the center ring, in the gym to some music that they were playing. And we did not know why. I didn't know why. We were just doing what we were told, and we bounced the ball around. Then we had to turn around, They played some different music. We bounced the ball again the other way, and that was it, you know. And pretty soon, a few weeks later, the band director called. You know, I was called to the band director's office, Robert Morey, at the time, and Robert Morey actually has gone on to do a lot of things. I actually looked him up the other day, and unbelievable, some of the talent that he was able to ascertain out of that school. But anyways, I went up to his office, and he said, look, he said, you've got some natural talent that we found. And I still didn't even know why, you know, how he found that. He said, would you like to be in the drums, in band, you know? And I said, yeah, you know, I mean, to me, it was like anything I was doing, you know, was better than what I was doing. If it could get me out of a class, maybe, you know. I did not know it was going to take, you know, 3 hours a day of practicing with big wooden logs and so on to become a drummer, but it was just the way they did that, and that would probably get parents up in arms. Oh, you know, you can't, you know, sit there and mind bend my child, you know. But the way they looked at it was, you know, the way I guess I bounced the ball in time to the music in a couple different directions, and that's what they found interesting. To this day, I thank the Lord that, you know, that I was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different aspect, totally different way of looking at how you teach kids and how you find kids to be. Look, I don't think every kid is able to play a guitar maybe, or able to play drums. I just think that it's inherent. There's some people that inherently have an ability that's within them. Mm-hmm. Now I know that some people might say, well, that, you know, that's BS, but that anybody can learn how to play an instrument, or anybody can learn how to sing. It doesn't work that way. You know, we all have our certain different aspects of life, and I thought that was just very cool, the way they did that.
That is very cool, and it's interesting because my son's getting ready to go into 6th grade this fall, and I said, if you could play any instrument, if I could get you lessons, which instrument would you want to play? And he said drums. And so immediately I thought about you, and I was thinking, and he loves basketball, so I was thinking basketball, drums. There must be some kind of a correlation there. But that's very
well. Yeah, I was pretty good at basketball too. But you know, like I said, playing any kind of instrument, as you know, Lisa, it just takes a lot of time. You have to practice this, and I did not. Like I said, I signed up for that, and I did not know it was going to take 3 hours a day. I mean, I was missing out on playtime with my homies, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, and my mom had to fill it out. Yeah. My mom had to fill that out. So, I mean, it was a sheet that she had to fill out every week. But that's what it takes to be something, I guess, or to be good at what you're doing, you know, anything. So, but yeah, if your son wants to play drums, I would definitely encourage him. If you like the noise, if you don't, get an electronic drum set.
Well, I thought I might start with an electronic drum set just to see if he finds. I mean, would you recommend starting that way and seeing if that's something that he enjoys doing and maybe even has a natural talent? Because he actually did take what they call taiko drums as part of his curriculum in Taekwondo. They had the big Japanese drums where you had, they're upright basically, and you're banging on them. I don't know if you've ever seen in Japanese festivals how to do that. But they always picked him to play to do the main part, which I was, of course, very proud mom. But yeah, so I was thinking, I was at the store just yesterday and I saw some electric drums and I thought maybe that's the way to start, just to see if he really is truly interested or if it's just one of those things he thought, it'd be kind of cool to do.
Well, the only reason I say that is because my mom was very instrumental in getting me to play the drums and keeping me on the drums. My dad did not like it so much because it was just loud, I mean, it was loud. It was the snare drum, the cymbals, the toms, the kick drum, all that, all the time, and I would stay up till midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning playing it. It was getting to be where it was just not sustainable to them. So, to him anyways. But yeah, electronic set. I mean, I got an electronic set that I play out here in the back, and it's a Roland trap set, and it's a pretty nice set. So yeah, everything plugs in. You can put your headphones on. You hear just minimal amount of the pads clicking, your sticks maybe hitting each other, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, playing the drums is just a cool thing. I mean, you can pick up a pair of sticks, you can do all sorts of stuff with that. If you want to, you can throw them at somebody.
Well, I've always been fascinated with the drummers. When I was a little kid, Ringo Starr was my favorite of the Beatles, and I don't know, it's one of those things. My cousin was a drummer, so I've always been fascinated with that. I can't play drums to save my life, though.
Well, when the Beatles broke up, Ringo Starr actually was the one that was the most successful in the first few years after they broke up.
Oh,
Do you know that? I mean, he had.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had so many hit records. He had Photograph. He had all. Oh no, I don't. That no more. I mean, he had all these hit songs. And Paul McCartney was busy writing jingles, so Ringo did, and I tell you what, I don't know, Ringo's getting up there right now, I know, but
Aren't we
I've
all?
seen Ringo Starr. I've seen Ringo Starr in concert twice, and with his all-star band, and I got to tell you, his son Zach kicks on the drums. I mean, his son Zach Starr is just smoking hot. So.
Awesome. Well, okay.
He does a good job. If you ever get a chance to see him, go see him.
All right. Well, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's joined us in the chat room. We're going to go ahead and play a song and since we don't have any from you, we'll play some of the other Big Dogger songs. And it just so happens that this is a brand spanking new one we just got from Chloe's Pet Rhino. Like there's got some pretty heavy drum. His music's very he's kind of a one-man band. He plays all the instruments, and I might enjoy a bit of the work that you all are doing over at Traditional American Movement, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right, we will be right back. This is Chloe's Pet Rhino with Sonic Resistor. Brand new song. And that was Chloe's Pet Rhino with Sonic Resistor, brand spanking new tune here at Big Dog Music Radio. And we are chatting with Mr. Bing. Are you there with us?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't fall off my chair or nothing. I'm still.
I just heard this noise. I thought, what did I lose him? So tell us now, how long ago did you start Traditional American Movement, and what was your original thought behind that, and what has surprised you the most about what you all have accomplished?
Well, I mean, we started this, 4 years ago, in, some aspect or another, and basically we were on a different group, in a different group, and we got kicked off that group because, I guess the person in charge did not feel that we were supposed to be there. We were a threat to them and that kind of thing. But anyways, regardless of all the drama, we went on and we started up our own group, and we've been pretty successful with that. So as far as what we've accomplished, we hope that we've pushed information out to people, and with over millions of hits per week and per day and per year, that I hope that we've accomplished something. We've gotten somebody involved. We've gotten somebody stirred up, riled up, even to the point where they want to get out there and do something on their own. It's not us doing it. We can sit there and talk about things all day long. That doesn't get anything done, Right. But I look back. I look back at some of the stuff that we've done, and I'm like, wow, I've met so many people. I've been involved in so many campaigns. Rick Santorum, Herman Cain. I mean, all these people. I've been involved in their campaigns in some aspect, shape, or manner in Tennessee, and also in Florida, and in different stuff that I was doing down there. So I don't know, I try to I don't sit there and try to psychoanalyze what I'm doing, because it doesn't get me anywhere. And for one thing, I'll forget in 5 minutes what I was even thinking, 5 minutes before. But that's just the way I am, But the thing is that what we're trying to do over at TradAm is what we originally intended to do was to make the Tea Party nuts, or make it more palatable. The media is just hounding us left and right. I don't know how many emails I get a day, just criticizing me for one thing or another, or you're telling me that I should subscribe to some person's point of view somewhere, and we don't do that, So I guess if anything, I hope that maybe if we got one person or two people to run for office locally, dog catcher, I don't care what it is, then we've accomplished something,
Absolutely. I'm chuckling because your cohorts in the chat room, I don't know if you can see what they're typing, but apparently because I have picture-in-picture, and my it says eat Mar.
Yeah, and I had somebody at work that kind of put something up there. I don't even want to say what that was, but I've got a Beat Lamar bumper sticker on my car, and it was like beat something expletive X, whatever, and then well before that they put Bing beat, whatever,
Right.
But hey, guys do what they're gonna do, I guess. And then you shoot them, right?
Absolutely. We're gonna just take a real quick few second station identification for those who are just now tuning in. We are chatting with Mr. Bing Fischer, the co-founder of Traditional American Movement, of which he was just speaking, and your website is traditionalamericanmovement.com. And also, when we come back in a few seconds, we're going to talk about your radio show.
Okay, cool.
You're listening to Big Dawg Music Radio. We spell dog D-A-W-G, because we're just that cool.
That's right. We are just that cool. And that was the grandson of Mr. Jimmy J, one of our other fabulous radio hosts at Big Dawg Music Radio. who is not feeling well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. So if y'all would keep him in your prayers, he is having some heart issues, and that's definitely not something to take lightly. So tell us now, how did you get involved with, how did Conservative Nation Media, I guess, get you to start doing this show that you do, American by Design?
Well, Michael Smith over there originally asked me if I would co-host a show with him, right? And I did not know he was setting me up to do this like on a permanent basis. So, I said, yeah, sure, I guess, whatever, So he brought me in as a guest, and we started doing this. We did kind of the same thing with Carl Higbie. Carl Higbie, a former Navy SEAL, that was on our show. He ended up doing a bunch of shows with us, and then he went on to different things. And, it's a fluid kind of movement, a fluid deal, and it changes daily, So what I'm doing today, I don't know if I'm going to be doing tomorrow or if I'm going to be doing, next week. But, as far as my ratings go, I look good, I look great. So... But the thing is that, no, it was just, it was another thing like bouncing the basketball, okay, let's try this out. Let's see if you're good at this, without telling me,
right.
that we're setting you up for this. And then pretty soon, I'm co-hosting a show with Michael. Soldiers of Patriotism is what we originally, you've been on our show
right.
before,
right.
I think couple times, D-Rock and all that kind of stuff. And had some great times. And then I split off, and they said, hey, we want to give you your own show because we're doing two shows a day. And I says, can you handle a Sunday show by yourself? And I said, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I'm doing, pretty much doing a show anyway. So I'm doing American by Design, and it's all about, I'm sent here by God for a mission. I've got a mission to fulfill. I don't propose to tell you exactly what that mission is, but I'm here for a reason, okay? You're there for a reason. And how we react to people, and the reason that I'm here in America is something it's substantial. It's not just circumstance that things happen to people. I could have been born in Somalia or some kind of stuff, and worrying about, getting bit by mosquitoes, but we're here for a reason, and it's how we interact with others and so on. And I think that is a big key, and that we have to understand that there's somebody up above that's watching all of this, and and making us do what we do. So that's how all that started. And I got off on a tangent there. I'm sorry about that.
No. You're speaking words that I need to be reminded of myself. I mean, it's a lot of times you think, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And you realize that you're doing this because this is exactly where God wants you to be. Everything in your life that you did in your past prepared you for this time. When you think about the founding fathers, did they, when they were younger, do you think they thought for a minute they would have ended up doing what they did?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it astounds me, it amazes me every day to see what people can do. I mean, some posts that I've seen you put up with that kid that had his legs were damaged or whatever, and he's up there on a gymnasium,
yes.
and just going. That was remarkable. That is the power of God. That is the power of the individual and the godliness inside you. You can do these things.
Right.
People can do these things if they put their mind to it. And there's so many people out there, and I'm sorry, there's so many people out there that want to bitch and moan about stuff and complain, but they don't want to get up there and do it. They don't want to get up there and look, it doesn't take a lot, people. Right. It just takes your getting off the sofa, stop watching the reality shows, and get up and do it. That's all it takes.
I think the thing that a lot of people just want leadership. They want somebody because they want to do something, but they don't know quite how or what. They just want someone to point them in the right direction, I think. You know, they need people like you who are take charge kind of folks who will just say, okay, you want to help, here's what you can do. You know, we could use some help with marketing this particular site or this show or whatever. And, you know, I realize that's people, there's a lot of people that would love, I think, to get involved, but they don't know how. They don't know what it is that they can contribute. You know, I've heard people say, well, I don't have any talent. And I say, that's absolutely not true. God gave us all a gift of some kind, some more than others. And it's once you discover what those gifts are, He expects you to use them, you know, and
yeah, that to me is a cop out to in some aspects, because look, all you have to do is dig down. You're good at everything. You're good at one thing. Everybody is, okay? At least. My dad used to tell me, you know, even thieves, a good thief is good at what he does, right. You know? So, you know, I mean, if you look at it that way, then it kind of it takes on an aspect of its own, and it empowers you, you know, to do whatever you can. I mean, I know enough about different things to make me dangerous, you know, but and I try to apply myself to what I know. If I don't know something, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try and help, but I'll be the first one to say, no, I don't think I can do this, you know. Right. And with the event and the rally that we got, the Defend the Constitution rally that we got coming up in Waynesboro, I mean, this is going to be a big thing. This is not a small type task, but I was charged with getting the website up, and I think the website looks pretty good. I mean, well, that's just my opinion. Now, somebody else might look at it and say, Bing, it sucks.
No. We're going to talk about the rally next, but before we do that, you know, everything that we just got done talking about, I think this song sort of sums it up, and it's by Dry County. It's called Ain't the Size of the Dog.
Look at those.
Always was a skinny kid, but I always had a dream. The coach said, boy, you're much too small to make the football team. But I told him, Daddy told me, if I'd just believe, there's nothing in this whole wide world that I can't achieve. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. It ain't always the little guy that gets knocked off of the log. Like David and Goliath, when he made that giant fall. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Well, Bubba was a bully, and he dated Mary Lou. But I knew Mary wanted me, and I wanted her too. I heard Bubba said he'd kill me, and a showdown was in store. Bubba wanted Mary bad, but I just wanted her more. The size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. It ain't always a little guy that gets knocked off of the log. Like David and Goliath, when he made that giant fall. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Well, you can make your dreams come true if you want them bad enough. Miracles can happen when the going gets tough. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. It ain't always a little guy that gets knocked off of the log. Like David and Goliath, when he made that giant fall. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
The size of the dog, indeed. What do you think about that one, Bing?
I like I like that. I like that. I like the last one too. I got to stop this feedback. There we go. No, I love that song.
It ain't the size of the dog.
Good, very good.
It's the size of the what is it? Ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And we are all big doggers.
Right.
Right? Even some of us some are smaller than others, but we're all big doggers. And everybody that has been a part of this journey, we could not be more proud of how much has been accomplished. Just getting people to realize that it's more. It's going to take everything. It's going to take a concerted effort to get people to change their way of thinking. And as Andrew Breitbart always said, and I know I repeat this a lot, you can't change how people think, and you can't change how they vote unless you change what's shaping their thought patterns. And culture is what does that. It's what they're hearing on their radios. It's what they're watching on their televisions. It's what they're listening to in their iPods. And that's what everybody at Big Dogs is doing. So speaking of Big Dogs, we are looking forward to seeing you and everybody else at the rally in Tennessee, and especially getting to jam with some fellow Big Doggers. And I do hope that you will be getting up there with your drums and joining in, especially Friday night. There's supposed to be 3 hours of nothing but music. And I was talking to Brian Futch just the other day. He was on his way back up to Alabama, I guess, where he works, away from his family. And he's can't wait till he won't have to make that trip anymore. But he was telling me that he thought it'd be really awesome if we all sort of collaborate ahead of time on some songs, learn the chords, and just have one massive jam session Friday night. I think that would be awesome. I would love that. Absolutely.
I don't have no problem playing. I mean, I'm used to a stage. I love the stage, so I love the drums. So I have no problem at all playing in front of people, and no reservations about it either.
Exactly. We got to see you do it live on our Off the Cuff and Rough show.
Yeah, you said that earlier. I was playing on a what did you say? A drum machine? Yeah, I think you said drum machine. We'll have to flag that, okay? But it wasn't a drum machine. I mean, if I was playing on a Yokomoto drum machine, I'd be sitting there tapping keys.
That shows you how little I know. You were playing.
Well, don't buy your kid a drum machine. He's going to be severely disappointed, okay? So.
I mean, it was electric drums, though, right?
Yeah, they're electronic drums, but right. I mean, you still have to hit them with a stick.
Well, exactly. And so I guess
I know, but they do make drum machines that you can program, and that's what all these rappers.
And you're making me blush. Oh, good heavens! I'll never live that one down. What do I know?
We used to say, "Am I playing Yakamoto tonight, or are we doing the real thing?" So. That was an inside joke on the bands that I've been in.
All right. Okay, so you were playing the electronic drums. And,
electronic drums, correct.
Yeah, and that's what I need to get for my son. All right. So now speaking of...
Either that or some feathers for sticks.
Yeah, there you go.
Get them a real set, but get them some feathers. Say, hey, try this out.
There you go. Now, the rally, the website. The website looks phenomenal. You did an absolutely phenomenal job in a very short amount of time. So, kudos to you for A, having the patience to do all that, and B, having the skills to be able to make it all look very slick. It looks really, really good. And it's exciting to see the people that are going to be... Tell us about some of the people that are, for our listeners, who we have lined up. And the website is defendtheconstitutionrally.com. And I think they can also get there through .net and .org or something like that, right?
Yeah, I had some issues. I don't know if they actually linked up yet, the .org and the .net.
Okay.
The .com definitely works.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Yeah, as far as you're taking care of the musicians, and you've got that covered very well. As far as the speakers, we got Scotty Nell Hughes, similar. She's going to be our MC, Master of Ceremonies, and just tremendous. I mean, she worked over at Breitbart and on Drudge Report and World Net Daily. So I mean, she just unbelievable on Fox all the time, on Town Hall, and I don't know if you've seen her lately. There's a couple videos you could watch down there if anybody wants to. She's a magna cum laude graduate from the University of Tennessee. She lives right around the corner here, not that far away. So
you know her pretty well?
She's going to. I don't know her that well, but she jumped right in, and we thank her for that. I mean, it's just fantastic. We got Karen and Billy Vaughn from.
They are amazing.
Their son Aaron Vaughn, of course, was a Navy SEAL on SEAL Team 6 that got killed in Extortion 17. They're going to be there with books. They're going to be signing books. Karen is just, I mean, all I have to do is say, Karen, can you help me out? And she is right there. It is unbelievable the amount of passion.
Saint.
She is, and yeah, she is, and they're going to be there. She's going to be signing, but Billy's going to be there too. She's going to be speaking as well. If you go to our site, you can see all these people that are going to be there. We got Tennessee Representative Joe Carr that we're trying to get in to defeat Lamar Alexander up here in Tennessee, because we got to get Lamar out of office. I mean, we just got to do it. So. Mike Mahari, a big 10th Amendment guy. We got Wild Bill for America. I mean, the list goes on. John Harris, Kathy Henners, Rosine Ghazi, Bobby Petray from the Tennessee Eagle Forum is on board now. And I just got her up there today. Mark Skoda, radio show host over in Memphis. Bill Warner talks about a lot of... Dr. Bill Warner, he's a physicist who applies a scientific method to Islam. So it's very cool to listen to this guy. So it's going to be great as far as the speakers go. And we're probably going to, throw in a couple more here and there. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great event. We're looking forward to a lot of people. It's a great venue. I mean, canoeing. I mean, just a beautiful time in Tennessee is April. April is when the frost is over. I mean, it's just the sun is coming out. I mean, it's just a beautiful time in Tennessee.
It sounds like it might be wise to either plan to get there early Friday to enjoy some of these other activities, or staying later on Sunday, because I believe that it's pretty much over after, Sunday, right? I mean, that's when everybody's going to be packing up and heading home.
Yeah, Sunday morning. We're thinking we're going to have a preacher there, in the morning. So if anybody did anything that they'd regret, I guess Saturday night, they can hear Sunday morning. But,
well, we actually, I was actually approached, and we can talk about this some more later. But there is a local band, Christian band in Tennessee, that said if y'all are doing anything on Sunday, we'd be more than happy to play some inspirational come to Jesus music, So.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that would be definitely great. There's a lot of bands here. See, there's a creek not too far away, a big river actually, and they put on these bluegrass festivals out here constantly. Each week they have one, and they're great. They're great fun. I love bluegrass, man. I just can't listen to it like 24/7, but I love it.
Excellent. I got distracted. I was apparently somebody's trying to get into the chat, or trying to join. I guess they're trying to a new member at BigDawg Music Mafia so that they can get into the chat room. Do you know a Kurt Blackwood?
Oh yeah. I know Kurt.
Okay, so I guess he's trying to sign up at BigDawg's. Anyways, let's see. Oh my goodness, we got just a few minutes left in the show. Where did the time go?
I don't know.
Well, I want to thank you for being so flexible. For doing the show twice now and being ready to do the show the other couple weeks ago, and my having to cancel. You're quite the trooper, and I look forward to giving you a big hug, and all the big doggers a big hug. You know, it's one thing to talk to people on the phone and to talk to people on the radio shows. But, you know, when I see people, I don't walk up to them and shake their hand. Not if they're a fellow big dogger. Oh, no. None of that handshaking stuff. It's hugging time.
No. No, definitely. And thank you so much for having me on again. And, I hope that, maybe, I guess some people will impart the show and take a little bit of inspiration from it at least, okay? And I really would love to see everybody out there in Tennessee.
Absolutely.
April,
and if they
because this is going to be a big thing.
Yeah, and if they want to potentially sponsor, we definitely are looking for sponsors. So if anybody out there listening is either an organization or is involved with some of the conservative organizations and would like to be a sponsor, there's some neat things that go with being a sponsor. So do check out the website and be sure to contact Phil Dedrick, the organizer, or Bing. Let them know that y'all might be interested in sponsoring. Or if you know people that might be, we'd love to have you reach out to them and let them know about this. And again, we'd love to see you there. So we're going to go ahead and close out this show with a song by Dry County, who I mistakenly attributed that last song to. That was actually another band that our friend Bill Holland sent to us. I'm not sure who the artist was, but this band is Dry County, and the song is called Cowboy Up. We're going to close out with that song, and thanks again, Bing. God bless, and we'll see you on the boards.
God bless you.
All right, take care.
You too.
Class sin, so let's begin. Welcome y'all to Party 101. So you think you got jam? You wanna be the man? Step right up and come and get some. First thing that you're gonna find out, it ain't the balls or the biggest mouth who holds their buzz and stands upon their own. 'Cause it ain't no race, there's no first place. And the part of it all is stand up tall, show 'em your drinking bone. Yeah, I'll get her done. Last fall is the last one drunk. Knock around, but don't spill your glass. Suck it up. Ain't no such thing as a way too much. All beginners, get up off your ass and cowboy up. You wanna shake that junk? Ooh yeah, that's the stuff. Liquor up, down to taste the burn. With a little bit of luck, we might just fall in love and leave this place with someone on our own. Take a chance on a one-night stand, wearing nothing but our cowboy hat. It's only dirty if we does it right. So you and me and a friend make three. There's one for you, another two for me. Money down and turn it up tonight. Get her done. Last fall is the last one drawn. Knock around, but don't spill your glass. Keep her down, suck it up. Ain't no such thing as a way too much. All beginners, get up off your ass and cowboy up. Last fall is the last one one drunk. Knock around, but don't spill your glass. Keep it down, suck it up. Ain't no such thing as way too much. All beginners, get up off your ass. Like a cowboy, oh yeah, get her done. Last of all is the last one wrong. Knock around, but never spill your glass. Keep it down, suck it up. Ain't no such thing as way too much. All beginners, get up off your ass. Like a cowboy, oh yeah, get her done. Last of all is the last one wrong. Knock around, but never spill your glass. Keep it down, suck it up. Ain't no such thing as way too much. All beginners, get up off your ass. Cowboy up.
And that's going to do it for tonight's edition of Off the Hook here on Big Dog Music Radio. We hope that you've enjoyed the show and look forward to having you join us again next Saturday night, same time, same station, where we'll be chatting with yet another fabulous culture warrior and spinning some more fantastic music by the very talented artists at BigDawgMusicMafia.com. If you don't have any plans, we'd love to have you stick around for our second hour Afterburner, our live listener request show, where you get to pick the songs that we play. Just give us a call at 347-838-8898, and if we have the song, we'll be happy to play it. So until next week, keep your chin up, keep the faith, and keep up the good fight. I'm your host, Lisa May. Good night, Breitbart, wherever you are.